Hey everybody. All seriousness though, I have been, question. Unless you're living under a rock, you know that there's a lot going on. And my question to you is, what are you doing about it for you and your family? I'm coming to you with this video because all other nonsense set aside, outside of not being paid money back, we have bigger fish to fry. Now, there are a lot of other videos out there, a video for almost everything going on in the world. We have our people who specialize in the narcissist videos. We have our people who specialize in the financial videos, credit building, credit repair, the housing market, interest rates, preppers, which leads me to why I'm doing this video. At once upon a time, I used to do prepping videos. I was the autoimmune prepper. That was my other channel. And I had kind of fallen off, but something is just calling me back to do specific videos around prepping, having things together for your family, because as you can see, people are losing employment left and right. Not everyone has a 401k or money put up or stored away for a rainy day. Now, I've done videos under that umbrella where I would say being a prepper is very important, which it is, because just think about it. If you were riding high, had a great job, had money, and then this economy came along and you weren't a prepper, you were living your best life, you weren't storing extra things away in case of said circumstances, losing a job, getting sick, having enough to where you can sustain your family for a certain period of time until you were able to get back on track. Let's say, for instance, you became ill and you wanted to apply for Social Security or disability benefits. Well, that takes some time. Not only does it take time, it takes time because they normally deny you a few times and you have to keep fighting that and fighting for those benefits, even though sometimes it's a clear disability. But, it's just a process. They really don't want to give you that money, even though you've worked for it. So it takes a minute. So just think of that gap. If you were a person that was prepping and was saving money, and then an incident happened, job loss, or you got sick, because with job loss, it could take you a minute to find another job. If you find another job, because we know we have the intelligence kind of taking over some occupations. So you have to figure something out. You may have to go back to school to learn how to do something else. More importantly, you may want to start your own business. So that's why the importance of prepping is so important. If you have not already started prepping, or if you're not already a prepper or in that lane, I'm here to just nudge you violently. I would say gently, but at this time, violently. Wake up. Start prepping today. Start putting extra things to the side. Extra canned goods, extra water. emergency medical equipment, all depending on what your condition is. If you don't even have a condition, just something that can help you. A simple kit like Band-Aids, alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, things of that nature. I'm going to do another video that's going to give you a list of things. Some you may know about, some you may not. So I'm coming here to try and rock the boat and kind of beg you to please put some stuff away, because mark my words, you never know when you may be in that situation. It's not doom and gloom. It's not to scare anybody, as many would say. Stop the doom and glooming. You know, God got me. I get all of that. But there's nothing wrong with being prepared. Hence, prepper. If there was a power outage, do you have a way to cook food? If you have extra food, how would you cook it? Some ideas in the comment section. How would you cook food? Any of you that are preppers out there, even if you're not a prepper, what ideas can you suggest? I'm going to do a video with that as well. Some suggestions on how you cook food. Some of the types of food you probably should be storing. Have you learned how to can? Do you know how to can food for long-term storage? Do you even know how to store your extra items and rotate them? I'll do a video about that. But I'm coming here to prelude those videos with this video. Especially our older population. Actually, I'll just say all populations. But yeah, I think our more vulnerable populations, our older our seniors, and our disabled populations are often overlooked, underserved. And I really want to speak to you guys as well. A lot of people are alone. They don't have a community. They don't have family. They don't have a tribe. So they depend on these channels, or they count on these channels to give them information. And so I want to come here and I want to be that light and that inspiration to give you suggestions, ideas on how to prep and how to be able to take care of yourself in the midst of the storm. Now, can we prepare for everything? We can't. And I'm not saying we can prepare for everything, but what I'm saying is we can prepare for some things. And the saying is, I'd rather have it and not need it, rather than, or opposed to needing it and not having it. So a lot of people look at these videos and they say, that'll never happen to me. Well, I'm quite sure some of the things that are going on in some of these other areas, people probably thought the same thing, and then it happened. I'll talk about myself for an example. 2016, I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune illness. Paralyzed me completely. I was at a crossroads. However, now back then I wasn't a prepper, but I've always been a good steward of my money. So when I did have that blackout or that downtime or that gap where I needed to heal and get better, because it happened kind of like out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting to be diagnosed with an autoimmune illness and become paralyzed. I just was having a great time the year before in Jamaica and some other places, Dominican Republic. Only to come home and 2 months in, my life changed completely. But My family did not miss a beat because I subconsciously somehow was prepared for what was to come. I didn't know it was coming. That's the difference between me then and you now. You know things are coming. So why not prepare for it? Why don't you have extra water every chance you get? And I know, believe me, people's money is limited. I know everybody's on a different tier when it comes to finances. I get that. But what I'm saying is, when you have a chance and you have extra dollars, extra change, get extra items. I don't know if you're alone or if you have family members, especially if you have children. I preach this to my adult children. Um, my daughter is very well versed and understands me when I say we have to have these extra items. So you get those items so that you are prepared. Lately, a lot of people are talking about survival. How would you survive if there was a what is it, EMP attack, grid down, a storm, some type of natural disaster, a flood? Just, I mean, there's a lot to think about. And my other point with this is, and I preach this too, or I teach this, you want to be proactive, not reactive. Meaning, if you do things pro, you know, your prefixes and your suffixes. Pro, you want to be ahead of the game, meaning you've gotten the information, and they say knowledge is power. Well, wrong to a certain extent. Knowledge plus action or applying it, that's the power. Keyword applying, action. So knowledge plus action is where you want to be. That's where the power lies in acting. You can have all the knowledge you want, but if you don't act on it or if you don't apply it, you don't use it, what good is that doing you? You can know all day long, oh, I should have extra food. You had a list, all this stuff you're supposed to get, and then you don't ever go get it. But you got all the information. Does you no good if you don't apply it. So as you listen to these videos, apply it. Give suggestions in the comments section to those who really don't know which direction to go in. Like I said, I'm going to do other videos with respect to this because I think it's really important, and I really want to share the information because I really want to see everybody survive. And if you are already, if you put yourself in a position when these things come down, you're not stressed. Some people, you're not as stressed. Some people will still stress, but nowhere near the levels of stress if you were prepared ahead of time. You know, people, and the last thing you want to do is you don't want to have to ask anybody for anything. You want to have your own, and you also don't want to be running your mouth about it. Now, I do videos, but believe me, I share what needs to be shared. I'm going to give ideas, suggestions, and get a community if you need to. But just vet the people very carefully because, as you know, we got a lot of scammers out here. So just be careful of who you are allowing into your circle. But, you may want to have some kind of circle. So, some other videos I'm going to talk about, like bug out bags, staying in place bags or items that should be in your car in case you have to leave. And so things of that nature. But I wanted to come and do this video and just kind of nudge you and start putting it out there that you don't want to be in a situation where you are left wondering where your next meal is going to come from if you lose your job or if you get sick. Prepare for that now. Again, unless you're living underneath a rock, you kind of see what's going on. And I remember I did a video some time ago, and it had gotten a lot of views. It was, I forget the name of it, but it was something about what are seniors going to do. But I don't know, but I got a lot of backlash. But as if people were offended. And I get it, people are entitled to their perspectives. And when you do videos, you put yourself out there for the criticism. And you definitely have to have thick skin, which I do. So I'm not on here saying anything that does not make sense, because people eventually found themselves, all of this protection that they had, kind of found out something different now. And so that's not to gloat, but it's just to say, when you see videos, take what resonates with you, take what works for you, and leave the rest for somebody else. There's no need, no room for nasty comments, negative comments. Give something constructive, something helpful to say, opposed to always being nasty. I see a lot of videos where people are just telling the truth, or they're telling their truth. And that's okay. It's their channel. That's what it's designed for, to come and tell their truth. It's up to you to discern if you resonate with what they are saying. It's up to you to always, no matter who you look at, me or anybody else, you do your due diligence to the best of your ability. And you have to find out what works for you. But again, I'm here to encourage you to get some stuff together, put it to the side, and just be prepared. Prepper style. You don't have to go all out and buy it all at once, but don't wait. We can take a prime example. What happened with the C10+9 some years ago? People were caught off guard, right? People were standing in, I remember looking at TV, looking at the news, YouTube or whatever. People were in line around the building trying to get toilet paper. That's just the funniest thing. I still don't understand what the thing was with the toilet paper. I mean, I don't know. So, with that being said, think about the toilet paper. Think outside the box. What else can you use in lieu of toilet paper in those types of situations? If the electricity is off or the water's off, what are you going to do with your waste, so to speak? I'll do a video about that. So those are just some things to think about. In addition to, ATM machines go down. What are you going to do? Stores closed for a week. What are you going to do? Food for thought, I am telling you. Because don't come knocking on my door, because you're not getting anything, because I'm telling you, I'm teaching you how to fish. So you get this fish line, giving you all the bait. You go out there and you do some fishing. And you do like I'm doing. You do like other preppers are doing. Have your own. So you're not asking anybody. And then if there comes a time where we need to barter, you have something to bring to the table. You have something to exchange with. Some of that toilet paper, get you, I don't know, a bottle of liquor, alcohol, or some medicine, or I don't know. But you want to bring something so that you are of some value to the next person. So that's all I'm saying. So I'm going to do a video. Again, that's what I was saying earlier. There are a lot of people that are talking about, and a lot of organizations that are holding workshops on survival. Some of them are giving out emergency preparedness kits. So I have one. I haven't opened it yet. I'll do a video and I'll open it with you guys so we can see what's in this bag. It's nice too. It's big. It's on wheels. So it's great. I would never be able to carry it on my back though. Not me, but somebody stronger and healthier and had better mobility issues would be able to. And then I'm trying to get another emergency bag from another organization. And if I get that one, I'll unveil what's in that bag also. And it'll just give you ideas on how to put together your own emergency preparedness kit if you can't get one from an organization. And so you can, kind of be prepared. Talk about life straws to filter water. So there's like a plethora of things you need to know in your preparedness kit. So I'll have to break it down into different videos because other than that, I would be here talking to you all day about it. But forgive if the title was clickbaity. I don't know what I'm going to title this, but more importantly, I need the message to get out. I need it to be shared. So do not get upset if the title kind of didn't match the video. But the information, what's important is the delivery and the information that's inside of the video. And again, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up so YouTube, the algorithm, reads that this information is important. Especially because the videos I'm going to do is really going to help our elderly, help our disabled, and help people overall in general, because people are just asleep at the wheel. People are just skipping through the tulips. Now, I'm not saying be depressed, but I'm saying get your head out the sand, pay attention, and do for your family. Because you do not want to be the person standing in line, long lines around the building, trying to get water and toilet paper. And then when you finally get inside the store, it's all gone. You want to be the person, like me, sitting at home, looking at these people on TV who didn't listen. But you and your family are going to be safe, snuggled, tucked in the house, sipping on some water, eating a sandwich or some soup, looking at all those people in line who either didn't get the message or they just didn't listen. So what side of the fence do you want to be on? I want you on the side with me. So I'm going to come and I'm going to do these videos. So it'll be a little series. I'm going to share information. I just went to a workshop yesterday, Michi X. Shout out to Michi. Gave a lot of great information on survival. So I'm going to share with you guys what I learned there. Subscribe to her channel. A lot of information. And it's great that people like her take the time out to teach us these survival skills or ideas so that we will be okay, so that our families will be okay in the event of any of these emergency situations. So take it from someone who actually has lived through it. And I just expounded on it because when C10 plus 19 hit, my bad, messed that one up. But anyway, you know what I mean. Um, that really opened my eyes. I still was not one that had to be in the long lines because I did have extras, but I just started building from there. But I did go out to the stores because I was just curious to like really see what the stores were looking like. I wanted to see what I saw on the news or on TV. I wanted to go in and see it in real life. Let me tell you something. When I say people was doing the most, I was doing the most too. I had on gloves, like the big yellow gloves. It was it was like ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I looked like I was in one of them outfits where no contamination is gonna touch you. And so I know it was like, it was hilarious but sad all at the same time. But anyway, share the video, give the video a thumbs up, comment in the comment section. Again, not quite sure I'm going to title this video, but I just need people to click on it, to look at it, to get the information. And again, if you want more information on the other videos on me unpacking these bug out bags or these emergency preparedness kits, me showing you how you can cook if there's a power outage, just like a lot of caution. If lights go out, you don't want your house to be a target, and I'll tell you how not to be a target if you have things inside your home. Anyway, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can get the information. Okay, so I'm going to be on a series of this, and then I'll go back to the other videos talking about why I don't mess with people, why people are just a headache. This person owed me money. I'm not messing with that. No, I'm just joking. But I'll get back on just a variety of different videos. That's why it's called Talks with Sam. But right now, we really need to buckle down and talk serious. Okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, leave your comments in the comments section. Remember, we keep it cute over here. So, none of that nastiness. This is not the time for it. This is the time to share your knowledge, what you've applied, how you're working to have your family be successful and navigate through emergency situations, okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video because other than that, I'll be here talking all day. So I'll see you later. Don't forget, comment. I love to see you guys in the comment section, okay? Bye.